So hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today actually I'm riding something different, something classic, something retro. So today's vlog is all about the Royal Enfield Classic 350. So this bike actually belongs to my friend and we guys are actually going for a shoot, and Haste is actually giving me some problems with the front rim air leakage, so thought of taking his bike, so I'll be able to ride it. And this video is actually going to be the first ride impressions about the bike, as what all things which I really like about the bike and which things I hate. So the thing which I really liked about the bike is the seating position. I mean, it is completely upright and ideal for touring. You sit as if you sit on a chair. It's not at all problematic. No pressure on the wrists. The back is completely straight and the foot pegs are actually forward set, so resulting into a comfortable ride. Other than that, the clutch is actually pretty smooth and you will not actually feel it as if you are riding a heavy motorcycle. It actually feels pretty light as compared to my dad's Royal Enfield standard 350. So he has actually installed that rubber kind of thing on the exhaust. So as soon as you actually sit on the bike, the first thing you feel is riding a Royal Enfield. No matter if people say that it's a piece of metal and what not, but trust me guys, once you sit on the bike, it will make you smile. The thumb and everything goes actually pretty well. So we guys are actually going to Manori for the shoot, and this is the road full of twisties and everything. So if you want to practice cornering, you can come on this road, but the problem is that there are speed breakers ahead, which can be a problem. So talking about the clutch, it's soft, it's not hard. You won't feel as if people say that it's Royal Enfield, it's meant for men and everything, what not. But the clutch is soft, and so the gearbox. It is even soft as compared to my Yamaha SZR. I mean, the upshifts as well as the downshifts, there is not at all pressure on your ankle. So that might be the reason people say that Royal Enfield bikes are actually good for touring, and you can actually take these bikes to Leh and Himalayas, because electronics जितना चाहिए उतना ही है. Other than that, mostly सब mechanically part use हुआ है, so repairing it won't be that much of issue. So my friend is actually getting the mileage between 40 to 45, and yeah, he actually rides this between 40 to 60. So that's what you can expect. If you ride it properly, then you can actually get good mileage. talking about the suspension setup, you get the traditional two-way suspensions at the rear as well as telescopic forks at the front. But it's not that hard. I'm riding with my friend. He's sitting as a pillion. So you will be able to feel the normal potholes, jerks and everything. But the suspension setup, I will not say it's hard at all. The suspensions are performing pretty good. To absorb the normal bumps which you face on normal roads. The road is made up of damper, it's not the paver block road. So many of you guys know I'm 6 feet 2, but it's happening for the very first time. I would say the tank and foot pegs and everything, like the setting position, the reach to the handlebar and everything is actually perfect, I would say. So if you are between 5'10" and above, you will actually feel good. So there you see squid cops not wearing any helmet. So this is actually the Danapani beach and you see cloud pond right over there. I just hope अभी धूप खिला हुआ है, बाद में भी धूप ही खिला रहा है, because I'm carrying my DSLR today. So this is actually the time for some off-roading, I would say. So technically, I don't know why people, there are actually fanboys for Royal Enfield bikes. So I actually don't know why people always, complain about the pricing of Royal Enfield bikes, as the bike actually lacks ABS, dual disc setup, and a fuel gauge. So that I won't actually count as the things which I don't like about the Royal Enfield bikes, because the comfort which they offer is actually pretty good for the price. I mean, yes, the bikes are reliable, bikes are durable. You get that actual feel of riding a Royal Enfield bike. So there are actually cons. The first thing which I did not like about the bike is the vibrations, and yes, that is actually a usual or common point. So there are actually vibrations on the handlebar. I'm not actually facing any vibrations on the foot pegs. I mean, yes, vibrations are there, but those are not actually noticeable. But the vibrations which you will feel on the handlebar are quite noticeable. So riding till 80 kmph won't be an issue. The vibrations are bearable, but anything after that is not actually good. I hope you guys can see it from the mirrors. The mirrors are actually shaking. So that is the only thing which I did not like about the Royal Enfield bike. Apart from that, who cares, yaar, you get that feel of riding a Royal Enfield bike, and that is more than enough. and practically you can take pillion or your friend along with you in a better way as compared to on the Duke or Pulsar, because the suspensions are good, the seat is wide enough to accommodate the pump. So that is again more of a practical thing. The second thing which I did not like about the bike is brakes. The brakes are actually more than enough to stop the bike, but it lacks that confidence. The people might think twice while doing speeding. The brakes are good, but they are spongy a bit. The feedback is good, but it's not that sharp. Maybe because the weight of the bike is 187 kgs and a single disc setup is not enough to stop this particular bike. The bike just goes with the flow. So adding a disc brake at the rear would help. And for the handling, no complaints at all. Classic is one of the best bike you can get if you are a tall person, and trust me on that. So for 1,50,000 to 60,000 depending from where you buy the bike, it is going to be a good pick, no doubt about it. But ABS and dual disc would help, and as well as the fuel gauge, because there is no way you can find out how much petrol is there in the tank. I'm not asking about the electronics as how much kilometers you can commute with the existing fuel, but just a fuel gauge would come handy for people like me who always put like 300 to 500 rupees ka petrol instead of buying or filling the petrol. Like, tank full kar do uncle. That thing usually won't happen. So that's pretty much it about today's vlog. I hope to see you guys in my next vlog. I hope you liked the location we shot a video today. That was the Manori Aksa Beach Road. So up till then, this is Ravitap signing off. Ride safe and don't be a squid. Thanks for watching. Smooth है रे गाड़ी. मला गियर बॉक्स जाम आवडलाय. So this is not actually the BS4 model. This is the BS3 model. My friend bought it just before RE launched their BS4 model. तुला पेट्रोल किती आहे कसं कळतं? So that is the answer. Like, bike जब reserve में आएगा, then you will come to know. Second thing is, if the bike fails to start, that's the second way you can know if there is no petrol at all in the fuel tank.